Chapter 15. Sergey Popov. Sergey had a gift. Things had always gone his way. He never failed in anything, until the events of the last few days had unfolded. Everything turned to shit in the blink of an eye. Everyone had turned their backs on him, deserting him. He paced alone in his 1,500-square-foot office in his palatial home in Rocky Mount, cursing his luck, cursing those who betrayed him. This town had been his playground for over 20 years, and everything had changed within the last 24 hours. Someone needed to pay. Sergey needed to shed blood. Pastor James Thomas, who had been Sergey's golden goose, had started all of his problems. The pastor's ridiculous little church had laundered Sergey's illegal money for the last 5 years. Cash from his drug business and his illegal gambling became squeaky clean after passing through the fake church. But then, the pastor grew a conscience, falling in love with Kate Stevens, refusing to continue his work with Sergey. This shaved $1 million a week off his cash flow, preventing Sergey from making his regular payments to his superiors. The chain of command had lost patience with him, sending the enforcer Giovanni Marino to Rocky Mount. A cruel man sent to deal with Sergey's perceived insolence. It had become a dark day for Sergey. Sergey gave simple instructions to his men, trying to fix his problems for good. Break the plan into bite-sized pieces. Even a child could understand. Take action. Make his own destiny. A legend in Rocky Mount. Their first step: kidnap the pastor and his whore, the woman who tempted the man to do good. Neither of them owned a gun. How hard could that be? Once they had her, they'd shoot her in front of the pastor, ensuring his future compliance. Losing his love along with the implied threat would be too much for a weak-willed man. Pastor Thomas would fall in line. He'd beg them for another chance to obey Sergey. Besides, Sergey would have done him a favor, even if he didn't see it today. The pastor would become a martyr in the town, gaining the love of the weak people. His congregation would grow, and he wouldn't need to divorce the bitch later. He would thank Sergey one day for freeing him. But a silly Cape Crusader carrying a stick foiled his plan, sweeping the two victims out of Sergey's clutches right in front of his armed men. Nobody had seen the hero wearing a cape, but it didn't matter. He had backed Sergey into a corner, destroying his life. Somehow, Marino had gotten his hands on the pastor, and the woman was in the wind, disappearing from under his men's noses. How could they be so incompetent? Arnold, the useless fat pig, told Sergey they had wounded and arrested the Vigilante at the hotel. They held him in a hospital in New Haven, but somehow escaped from under the pig's noses. The stupid obese cops still hadn't identified the man or figured out what he had against Sergey. Nobody could handle their simple tasks. Things couldn't get any worse, or could they? Sergey wanted to kill them all, rid the world of useless people. His anger had even flared against his favorite whore, Katina. He had put her down because of her insolence. He'd missed that flaming red hair. This week had started out promising, but went very wrong. Sergey longed to get it back on track. Show the world who ran it. Reach the top of the heap again and remain there. The landline phone on his dark cherry desk rang, and Sergey winced because of the shrill sound. He didn't know how he could handle any more bad news. Somebody would die for sure, and it wouldn't be him. Kill or be killed, the law of the jungle. What? Sergey laced his greeting with a note of angry authority, put the caller in their place from the start. He was the only boss, calling all the shots, deciding who lived or died. Boss, sorry to bother you. There's a call for you, and he said it's urgent. Well, put it through then, moron. The line clicked as the outside caller connected to Sergey's extension. What? Sergey, my friend, you need to be nicer to me. I've got your man and would like to make a trade. Marino's voice dripped with the contempt that Sergey felt toward the man. He never understood how the boss put Marino over him. What do you want, Marino? Laughter filled the earpiece of Sergey's phone. Marino took 30 seconds getting himself under control before he continued. What an ass. You think you're in charge, Sergey? Too funny. Here's how it's going to go down. We're going to meet, and you're going to turn Rocky Mount over to me. Then I'll dispatch you to hell. How's that sound? Who do you think you are? I'll kill... Sergey, stop embarrassing yourself. You're done. You can run away or come out and face me and die. It's your choice. I'll get back to you with location and time soon. Arrivederci. The line went dead. Sergey slammed the handset onto the cradle, cracking it in two. He drew his gun, putting 4 rounds into the doorframe opposite him. That wot needed to learn a lesson. Nobody talked to Sergey that way. Sergey would rid the world of Giovanni Marino once and for all, make the world a better place. Then he would take over the mob's business in New Haven, cementing his legacy as the greatest criminal in Connecticut's history. Sergey swore as he lifted the broken handset. He swept the phone onto the floor, stomping on the plastic case for good measure. Instead, he pulled his cell phone from his pocket, punching in Pavel's number. Pavel answered on the second ring, as he always did. Failure to respond quickly to Sergey's wishes would end his pathetic life. Yes, boss. Where are you? I'm at Our Lady of Perpetual Misery Hospital in New Haven with Arnold. We're following up on the man in black. He escaped a secure floor of the hospital after being wounded and hit by Marino's van. A regular superhero. Never mind. Get back to Rocky Mount. Marino has the pastor, and he's planning on making a play here. We're going to need the police's involvement too, so bring Fatso with you. Okay, boss. We'll head back now. Pavel, Sergey's most loyal soldier, would die defending him. He lacked the brain power to think on his own, but Sergey had enough intelligence for both of them. The woman remained the only missing piece of the puzzle. He'd take out the pastor and Giovanni in one shot, but he needed to kill Kate Stevens, eliminating the last loose end. Sergey cared less about the Vigilante or the man in black because no man could harm him. No one could touch him with the mob's protection. His cell phone rang, and Sergey had tired of hearing the shrill sound. He longed to smash the obnoxious device to bits with a hammer. Total destruction. All the killing had to be finished first. Why would Giovanni call him back so soon? He would want to make Sergey sweat for a while before exercising his meek attempt at killing him. Picking up the phone would solve the mystery. What? Boss, it's the PI. Sergey had a private investigator on the payroll that he used for both legitimate and illegal business purposes. Ted had been a cop of flexible morals and tight lips. After his forced retirement from the force 2 years ago, he hung out his shingle as a PI. Since Ted knew everyone in Rocky Mount and wouldn't hesitate to break the law, Sergey hired him on the first day of his new career. Did you find something? Why else would I be calling you, Sergey? Do you think I enjoy talking to you? No need to be a wise-ass, Ted. What is it? 10 minutes ago, the woman made a call to her answering service. She was checking for messages. Did you trace it? Do you think I'm some kind of amateur? Who do you think you're talking to? Ted, you need to remember who you're talking to. Quit posturing and get to the point. Whatever. She made the call from the drive-in motel on Route 7 in West Windsor. Hide in plain sight, right across the river from Rocky Mount. How long ago? 10 minutes. Weren't you listening? Don't worry, I've already billed your account. Sergey slammed his finger down on a disconnect button. He despised Ted, but Sergey respected his work ethic. The PI always got the job done, not worrying about getting his hands dirty. But of course, Sergey paid him well for his efforts. Ted's disrespectful attitude would get him killed one day if he didn't rein in his tongue. He picked up the phone, dialing Pavel's number again from memory. The phone rang twice, and Sergey heard the familiar voice on the line. One day, he'd answer on the first ring, giving Sergey the respect he deserved. Yes, boss? Where are you? We're about 15 minutes away from the house. What's up? The PI found the woman. Where? When? About 10 minutes ago at a motel in West Windsor called the Drive-In Motel. Have you heard of it? Yeah, it's on Route 7. We've run prostitutes out of there before. A real dump where no one asks questions when paying with cash. Get a team together. We need to get her as soon as possible. Bring her back to the house. Leave the cops out of this one. Send Arnold elsewhere. We don't need him messing this up. On it, boss. The line went dead, and Sergey knew Pavel wouldn't fail. This time. He'd have the woman within the hour. Then he'd kill Giovanni and the pastor who tried to mess with his business. 3 birds dead with one stone. He'd make the old saying true, solidifying his hold on this town.